Welcome, crackheads. Welcome to Kraken's Garage. Today's review is of the WideWheel Pro from Mercane. Let's get cracking. I've got my handy dandy box cutter right here with me, so let's open it. Well, here she is, the WideWheel Pro. This is a 2020 model electric scooter. We're gonna go in, dive into it, and find out exactly whether it's good or whether it's not good. We're gonna see how well she does. I weigh about 205 pounds. Biggest problem with electric scooters is going uphill with somebody the size of me on them. My previous only other experience with electric vehicle is a boosted board skateboard. I sold that one new last fall, and not luck, but Boosted Board went out of business. They were kind of the iconic leader in the industry. At one point they had over $71 million in capital and lost it all. Bad design, bad management of money. It's a shame. I hope somebody picks up the ball and runs with it, because they were incredible and iconic. So let's open up the box and get into it. Okay, I'm super excited to open this box, and let's get into it. For real this time. While I'm opening it, a few thoughts I want to share with you on it. This particular bike, I chose it for a couple of reasons. It's dual motor, 500 watt each wheel. So it's front wheel drive and rear wheel drive as well, which should help going up and down hills. Tools. And looks like your standard brick charger. Alright, this devil's kind of heavy, so let's lift her out. There it is, the WideWheel Pro. Okay, if you take a look, there's several things to point out here. These are run flat wheels, meaning they're a foam filled tire. They do not have an inner tube. The downside is that they're very shallow in tread, and since you don't have the foam tire, you're not going to get the suspension travel of the tire absorbing bumps, imperfections when you're driving over a manhole cover, something of that nature. The upswing is you never get a flat tire. This particular model is not going to corner all that well because of these really wide flat tires, but I did that for a reason, and we'll go into that when we do the ride review. If you take a look, it's quite nice. The CNC machining on the front brakes is very nice. You need an 8mm wrench right here to loosen this lock nut, and you can back this off and adjust the brakes to suit as the cable stretches. And looks to be really nice quality. Again, the machining on the rim is beautiful. I love it. Woohoo! Beautiful. The collapsing mechanism to retract and extend the front bar and handlebars is actually kind of slick, but this little part is a little fiddly. Basically, you have to loosen this up and kind of spread them apart. Then the entire assembly lifts up and you screw it back in. The upswing is portability. You can throw it in the trunk of your car, go down to your favorite state park, and ride the whole park. It has your normal skateboard type no skid strip for you to step on. We'll talk about my big size 12 and a half shoe size and how my feet fit on this when we do the ride report on it. The wires appear to be well shielded and out of the way. Looks to me like they're not going to catch on a whole lot of stuff, so it looks to be well thought out in that regard. Two things here real quick. You can see right here on one of the brake cables that it's covered in residue from the styrofoam foam from shipping from where. So it's been in the box a while, and this stuff is kind of a bear to get off. Use lighter fluid, the old school Zippo or Ronson or something like that. Just put some on some rag, and it'll take that right off like magic without damaging the casing. Keep that in mind as a tool tech tip. Second thing is, how sweet is this? I have to install it, but it came with a bell to put on the handlebars. Whew, it's another hot one today. But first I want to address something. Let's talk about protective gear. When you ride something like this, skateboards, electric scooters, that type of thing that really do incredible amounts of speed, wear a helmet. Think about elbow protectors, wrist protectors, knee pads. You can buy them cheap on Amazon. I'll link a few items down below for you to check them out. And I wanted to talk about the particular helmet that I chose. This is the Demon full face helmet. I bought this on Amazon for like $70-80. You could spend motorcycle helmet money on helmets for off-roading, BMX bikes, mountain bikes, things like that. This helmet has been a welcome addition. It's inexpensive, it's got great lines, and gets the job done. It has a wide angle of view and it vents really well as well. So I highly recommend this helmet. They come in all sorts of colors and etc. They're very inexpensive for what it's worth. I have my Velcro on the top that I'm using to mount my GoPro for some particular pictures. Comes with a manual. Who needs that? Put it on and wear it. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Kraken's Garage. A couple of things I wanted to address. The CRF 250 series is going to continue. I realized quickly I can't do 10-minute videos and cover everything that I want to cover, so look forward to more of those coming up in the future. Today we're going to discuss the WideWheel Pro and the goods, the bads, the uglies about it, and most importantly, I think I'm up to 82 subscribers now, and again, I'm going to reiterate it every episode. From my heart, thank you so much. It means the world to me. I very much appreciate all the support and comments that everybody's leaving and the positive feedback. How I plan on doing this channel, and subject to change hourly, so take it with a grain of salt. Plan on having a formula of 30% humor, 30% writing, mostly at the end of the video, so whatever product I'm demonstrating or talking about or maintaining, we're going to have a long, lengthy ride at the end of it for the outro so people can enjoy the scenery of Virginia, which is beautiful to me, and get to see the vehicle in action, so to speak. I wish I had more shots from the side or the front or the back while I'm riding. I don't. I'm a one-man show, so it is what it is till I get more equipment. I mean, if you saw my rig right now, I have Velcro and duct tape holding my mic to the camera as it speaks now. I can only afford so much gear at this time. So we'll get that in due time. A couple of things to think about. The retail price on the WideWheel Pro is $1,319. I paid for mine about $1,150, $1,200 roughly from fluidfreeride.com. I'll put them up on the screen, and I'll also put them a link to their website down in the bottom, down below. They're the only dealer in the United States, and there's one other dealer in Canada, and they have been stellar. I'm a researcher. I research things to death, and they have stellar customer support, and after the sale and after warranty, they still jump in and will do everything they can to help you out. So speaking of warranties, the WideWheel Pro CLE edition has a 90-day warranty. That's kind of thumbs down from Kraken. I would think 6 months to a year would be a standard operating procedure, but it's not. So it is what it is. The lithium battery on it is 48 volts at 15 amps, I believe. The range of this particular scooter, and this is a realistic range, and one of the things I like about fluidfreeride.com is they list the realistic range. In the case of my boosted board, they stated you could get up to 20 miles on a charge. Wasn't so. I was barely able to get 10 or 11. So it was 50% of their stated claim. This one, you can get up to 30 miles on econo mode, and you can get up to 20 miles on if you're riding in the full power mode, wide open the whole time. So that's still pretty darn good range. So for your city folk, it might be a good way to get around town in the city, get to and from your metro, that type of thing. I really like the way it folds up. It'll fold up and fit into the trunk of your car. So that's a really nice setup. One of the things that I was looking for in a scooter is the ability to stow it properly. I really like the suspension. I'm going to include some video of me jumping up and down on it so you can see the travel on the suspension and see how that goes. The disc brakes rock. Of course, we'd all like to see hydraulic, but actually the cable-driven single piston disc brakes seem to work fine. At wide open at 26 miles per hour, I'm stopping at about 12.1 feet. So it does a really great job. The front and rear LED lights, they're kind of weak sauce, so I would consider them suitable for riding on a park trail or something of that nature. Certainly not on the street at nighttime. They're barely visible from the rear. They're just more of a heads up for pedestrians and things of that nature. The smart display, I'm going to do a quick video on that and talk about that. There's one thing I forgot when I took that cut on the smart display was it also has cruise control, believe it or not. So if you hold down the light button, it'll set the cruise, and for those of you that take long journeys at wide open for 10-mile runs, it may become beneficial. To me, nah, I'm not interested. It's borderline out of control at those speeds with my big behind on it as it is now, so I need to be able to modulate that throttle on a regular basis. There's also an option for a seat. There's 4 bolts on the skid pad that has a skateboard tape on it that you can remove and install a seat. Not sure I'm down with that. Kind of look kind of geeky, as if I'm not geeky enough riding around at my age on an electric scooter. So I'm kind of out on that. They also have some other options that are available for it. An extended rear fender. Let's talk about waterproof. In my opinion, it's not waterproof. And with those wide slick tires, it's not going to handle too well, so I would be cognizant of that and take it easy if you got to ride in the rain. Well, get around in light rain fine. In a torrential downpour, I wouldn't recommend it. Bad idea. So with that said, let's get to the video, and thank you for watching. When you switch on your lights, you also get a rear running light as well, and when you hit the brakes, it strobes and modulates. I'm glad it's there, but don't count on it for traffic. This is mostly for bike paths and things like that to give you a little bit of visibility. Okay, here's our multifunction display. Basically, you have your speedometer right here, and below there is your gas gauge for your battery. It's a bar graph, and it shows you how many volts you have right there. And right above it, I have it set up for miles per hour, for which you can switch to kilometers per hour as well. With this button right here, you can switch it over to power mode. I just tried that out. Holy cow. This thing is lit in power mode, so be sure you hang on. So we'll keep it in econo mode for now. And this button right here is for your headlight. Let's go for a ride. Doesn't look good. Okay, it's time we wrap up this review of the WideWheel Pro CLE. Mercane, in my opinion, has aftertones of being a French company. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me for gospel. But CLE at the end of the name of the scooter, by translation in French, means key. And this particular version is a keyed version. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons and why I think it's a good deal or a bad deal. Pro, it's very fast. This is not your beginner scooter, so there's other better choices if you want to get into the electric scooter game and you're just starting out. Long distance, has a huge battery. To go 20 to 30 miles is unheard of. I think they set the bar for that type of riding if that suits your wants and needs. Fit and finish is off the hook good. I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful scooter. They really did a nice job. The wide wheels, why did I choose them? It allows you to ride on grass, gravel, and dirt pass. So you could do a little bit of light off-roading on it, where the skinny tire ones really struggle in that aspect. Another pro would be that it folds up so that you could stow it in your trunk of your car and take it on the road. All right, cons. 3-month warranty. Maybe that's industry standard and I'm just a noob on the category. I don't know, but to me that seems kind of short. 54 pounds. Having that 30-mile capability comes at the price of having to heft a heavy scooter in and out or wherever you stow it. There's no app for your phone. In the case of the booster board, they had a really slick app where you could track your mileage, how fast you were going. It even gave you the readout on your battery and how many miles were left, range that was left on the battery based on your riding at that time. So I would like to see them do an app for iOS and for Android. Cornering. Those wide wheels make it a little tougher to corner. You can't really rock up on the sides. So you got to cut them a little wide, cut your corners a little wider. I bought this particular scooter because it met my needs, may not meet everybody's. The looks of it, to me, if Batman owned a scooter, this would be it. I mean, it's just lean and mean and slick looking. Power and distance is a pay-to-play game in the world of electric scooters. So if you want 500 watts per wheel and a 20 to 30 mile range on the scooter, it comes at the price of $1,300 in this case. Be sure to check out fluidfreeride.com. I'll put the link down in the bottom, like I said. Ask for Peter. He'll answer all your questions before, during, and after the sale. I'm telling you, he will stand behind your product and help you in your journey and ownership of riding this scooter. So please check him out. Tell him Kraken sent you. My final thoughts are Kraken's Garage gives it 2 thumbs up. This is a killer electric scooter and it absolutely rocks. It's lit. Go get you one. Not again. Really? Really? All right, you need to leave and get out of my garage so I can finish up this video. Be gone. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Peace. Woohoo! And remember, folks, go right because it's good for ya.